Up next, we are back here at Husker Harvest Days getting an update with the folks at Farmers Business Network. Now, the co-founder of the company, Charles Barron, is joining us, and you have Nebraska roots. This is kind of a homecoming show for you.
It is. I got into farming because my wife is from Nebraska. She's from Kearney. That's how I learned everything, was through her family. Brother-in-law farms in Arapahoe, in that area. So it's always fun to be back here with so many of our members who've been around since the beginning of FBN.
Your story, your path to where you're at today is kind of an interesting one. It involves some high levels of education. I'm curious, why did you choose the agriculture sector? We'll talk about FBN in a second, but curious about that path.
Well, I got into farming, as I said, through my family and through my brother-in-law. Really, I spent a corn harvest working with them when I was working in the technology world, and I was chasing my girlfriend around in Nebraska. And I couldn't believe how complicated the job was. And you get up in the morning, you're doing cattle, you're fixing equipment, you're fixing pipe, then you're marketing, then you're going back to harvesting, then you're going back to dealing with business issues, and then you got weather alerts on the radio said rain in Brazil, beans are down a point. I'm like, what in the world does Brazil have to do with Nebraska? And you're in this global system, you're on your own, you're managing all these complex tasks, and you don't have this infrastructure of support around you. And so that was really the genesis of, for me in agriculture and wanting to work on this problem of, producer profitability and power in the market, because there you are on your own, companies on either side of you, much bigger, much more power, much more information than you. So by connecting farmers together online, tens of thousands of farms now in a network around the US and Canada, we can give producers more power, more information, and better profitability.
What are some of the ways you're doing so? What are the different entities involved with Farmers Business Network?
Well, it started as a data sharing platform, and now we've made it a free membership, so you don't have to participate in the data side. That's all there for growers who want to do that. The biggest things we do is we're now one of the largest providers, or the largest provider of crop protection online. You can work with a local rep, or you can do it all online. We provide a full-service livestock service with animal health, pharmaceuticals, and feed. We're a major lender to the farm, so a digital lending platform where you can work with a loan advisor, land input operating loans. We provide sustainability premiums in marketing, our analytics and AI system to help farmers make better decisions.
Let's talk about AI. You released your own AI product. You call it Norm. So what can Norm do?
We've named it Norm after Norman Borlaug. Norm can do just about anything. You can ask it about machinery, you can ask it about markets, you can ask it about inputs, but we've specifically trained it on chemical. So it is trained on thousands of chemical labels. You can ask it about any product, compatible products, tank mixing, application rates, plant back periods, any agronomic question around pests or chemical. Norm has been trained on to assist farmers in making agronomic decisions.
Something else you've done for quite a few years is trying to provide transparency to the marketplace that farmers are dealing with, and you continue to find wild discrepancies when it comes to price. Tell me about that study and what you found.
We just released a major study, the 2024 FBN Price Transparency Report. We analyzed chemical prices this year. We saw up to a 470% price difference in chemical, which means two farmers are one's paying nearly 4.5 times the other for the same product. That exists because pricing is basically hidden in chemical. We're the major provider who creates national price, visible, transparent price when we provide inputs to growers. So we recommend all farmers, participate in the FBN pricing system. You share an invoice, then you get to see what other growers are paying. It's all anonymized. We don't sell data. We don't transfer data. You can see what FBN or what other growers in the network, what ranges they're getting. And then it always shows you what the FBN price, maybe that's better or worse than the national average, but you get to see that in a very open and transparent way. And we found typical savings between branded to generic products was over 30%. And the typical savings when someone had an FBN comparable product versus whatever they bought was 15%. So there's tremendous savings out there. And when people are looking at every dollar right now because of low corn prices, sharpen your pencil, do your homework, and then participate in the FBN system, because whether it's seed or chemical pricing, you can save a lot of money on inputs this year.
Let's talk about financing those inputs. FBN offering 0% financing through when?
The 0% program, anything bought between now and December 31 can access 0%. It's payable January 2026. So a producer now, it's nearly 16 months of that 0% financing. really helps people with the working capital management. There's also tremendous tax discounts, and we have programs that allow producers to lock in the 0% rate. They can use it all year long, and they can use it on chemical, biological inputs, and our livestock products, so they can do supplies, feed, pharmaceuticals, anything you need on the livestock side as well.
I think it's safe to call FBN and what you have been building a disruptor to the agriculture industry, and with that, there's sometimes stones thrown your way. One of the most common criticisms that I see and hear about FBN is about the kind of the backing of the financing of how FBN is run, concerns about money out there, and concerns about what that'll lead to the ag industry. What is your response to that when people bring that up, Charles?
Well, look, every business has capital. Every business has investors, whether it's your farm or any other business. We're an American company, okay? We're an American company, started in America, focused on American producers, Canadian producers as well. So many agribusinesses are multinational companies, right? Or own foreign ownership. So it's really hard, I think, when I hear that and I say, look, we're Americans doing right by our customers. The most important local business in farming is your farm, making sure your farm's profitable. That's local business number one. And then number two, we have hundreds of our team members that we have invested literally hundreds of millions of dollars over the years through our teams, our infrastructure, our warehouses, our delivery, our community builder partners. So we're as local as anybody in ag at this point, and really proud of what we built over those years.